Well, hello, and welcome back to Tim's Brick Adventures. Today, I wanted to do a special little episode, kind of highlighting behind the scenes of Elves Gone Bad. Now, a lot of you may know what it is. It's a little story that I came up with last year, and it was a Facebook thing that I did. My sister was doing Elf on a Shelf every day, and it was a lot of fun watching her come up with all these crazy things every day. And I thought, I got the Christmas village and I got all these elves and stuff. I ought to come up with a story, that every day have an episode or something new going on. Now, it kind of, it's hard. You can't do an episode every day. It kind of became more of a like a little mini movie, although with pictures and script. But I basically had to create little sets each day for each episode and stuff, and so it just wasn't feasible to do. But I did come up with the whole storyline, and I will say I never knew from day to day what I was going to end up doing. It just the story kind of fed off of itself, and so I did that, and then I decided a few months ago to just create a Facebook page, Elves Gone Bad. And so I put all the posts together and on there. So season 1 is on there. And so this year, season 2. Now, somewhere I got way off track because here we are. It's now January 3rd. And I am in the process of working on episode 2. So watch, you'll see this video, and I'll put a link. I've got a link in the thing to where you can go to the Facebook page. So you can go and follow along, see season 2 unfold, and go back and see season 1 in its entirety on there. But I wanted to just kind of share a little of the things that I've done and the motivations and some of the characters and stuff, give a little more life to them, because it's hard to do in just a few photographs, and I'm not good enough with the video yet to do like stop motion and all that. So who knows, someday if it becomes popular enough, it might really go somewhere. But I thought today I'd just since I've got season 2 going on, I would introduce y'all to a little bit of that, and kind of talk about some of the characters, because many of the same characters that were in season 1 are now going to be in season 2. So and the same sets, because we got Winter Christmas Village again. But I did have to come up with some new sets. So if those of you that have read episode 1, which just came out last week, you read about the mine and Moondoggy coming through the portal and talking to Hondo. Now, a little backstory on Moondoggy. Can't remember if I can take credit or not, but one of my favorite stores, Bricks and Toys Destination over in Katy, last year, right after Christmas, I was up there shopping and digging through. He has some of the little Build-A-Minifig. And I can't remember, but if somebody had already put this character together or not, but it was like, this is a special character. And I've since learned that this torso, I think has just yellow arms. It's actually a female torso. Got the pearl necklace and Unikitty. But somebody had switched out the arms, and so I added the scepter. And I don't know, it is a kind of cool mystic type figure. So Moondoggy, the time traveler, was born. And then, of course, we have the main character I created, Hondo. He mischievous elf, and they wanted to destroy Christmas last year but it turned out that it was evil Mr. Scrooge who was the mastermind behind it. So go back to season 1. Hondo, he stole Santa's hat, and so that's why, partly because we live in Texas, and part of that Santa, as you will see, has a cowboy hat. And of course, his girlfriend, Luna, she's a tough character. It was very fortunate that last year that the pink elf hat and ears came out, so had lots of girls. And then I was able to find the red hat and ears, so a little bit of variety to my elves. And of course, here's Butch. He's the elf rep star, but he's a little mischievous too. And of course, he has his boom box he uses for his music. Now this year, well, let me backtrack. So last year, sorry, I'm adjusting the camera, so it's probably kind of a little crazy. Sorry, and I apologize. Bad filming, but trying to make this. So, last year, right after Christmas, I was just surfing on Bricklink, as I do frequently, and this character popped up. And turned out he was just to build a minifig parts from the Lego store. And also when I found Moondoggy, I found him. And so I knew he was going to be my villain for this year. So this is the Ice King, Blizzardo, I came up with. And I also knew that I had these cool reindeer, crystal reindeer from the Harry Potter series. So it was kind of, I know, very Game of Thrones-ish. I am prone to, I do watch a lot of fantasy and medieval and different things. So a lot of years of having that stuff in my head, so it all kind of gets to come out. And then, of course, I knew that, or I had the Queen, the Ice Queen from one of the CMF series, probably 3 or 4 series back. And so perfect to go along. Now, the whole Ninjago, Ice Samurai, kind of just came about here this year, or as I was starting to think about the story, and I needed a kingdom, kind of a throne, palace. So I rushed and I pulled out this Ninjago Ice Palace from one of the more recent sets. And then I really like my cool little trees I came up with. Different parts. And although this was supposed to be done before Christmas, I think it's really going to work out well that it is happening after Christmas, because these cool Ice Warrior guys have just come out in the Series 22 CMF. So I was able to get some of them. Now, I'm not sure yet who they are going to be helping, if they're going to be on the Ice King side or on Santa's side, because, you know, Ice King has an army here, so we're going to have Santa. Oh, I see. There's a cool little elf. I'm always on the lookout for crazy parts and Bricklink and bricks and pieces and stuff. Just going through them, you find all kinds of stuff. Now, while I am here, another thing that I am happy about, that this didn't happen before Christmas, I ended up binge watching the new Witcher and Wheel of Time fantasy series, and so just right after Christmas this past week, and so it got my mind really thinking about fantasy and all that. So I have the Council of Claws that I came up with, and I'm very, they haven't been introduced yet. They'll be upcoming, so you're getting kind of a sneak peek. And I really hate to show them off yet because I'd like them to be a surprise, but you know what? I am so pleased that I have to show them off. So what we're kind of playing with, we got a portal and we got dimensions, different dimensions, and the Ice King, he came through crystals controlling the portals and stuff. I don't know where that came from. I mean, it probably from a movie or something, but my crazy mind. And so these are all different dimensional Santa Clauses. So I'm going to introduce them here, and I'm still kind of working on the names. I don't give the names yet. We'll let them be part of the story. But I've got a Ninja Claus, and his world is a little more dangerous. So Santa, he has, of course, I found this. He lost an eye, and so now he's got his special optical laser eye. And so delivering toys for him in his world can be hazardous sometimes. He's got to work a little harder. And I think that came from the old cartoon Santa Claus is Coming to Town with the Toy Meister who, or no, is that right? Anyway, they outlawed toys and they were trying to trap Santa. So that's kind of along those lines. Then I had, I love this little guy. I got the kind of a wizardy type Santa, but instead of being raised by elves like the traditional Santa is kind of portrayed, this one, he's actually an elf in his dimension. And that's actually the Captain Hook from the Disney series. And that beard now, I think it came from either Brick Warriors or Brick Forge. I can't remember which now. I've had them for a long, long time. And then, of course, so we got Loki's scepter with, gotta have red crystal. So anyway, I'm really happy with this one, the Wizard Claus. And then kind of a wizardy type Claus. He kind of came together. That's the body from the Emperor's Private Guard, the Crimson Guard. So that's a body from them. I gave him a cape, and then that's a cool beard. That there again, I think that's from either Brick Forge or Brick Warriors as well. But the hair is a Lego hairpiece, and so kind of excited. I liked him. And then, of course, you got to have Centaur Claus. He's just basically Santa Claus, but he's a centaur. So we had the legs are from the last series 21, I believe. And then one I'm really excited about. He really kind of came together. We got the Victorian age Santa Claus. And I just was digging through the parts. I didn't even know I had a red top hat with the white band. That actually is Crazy Bricks, my friend Guy Hember's company. And I guess I had ordered it at one point or another. I had no idea. And then the stole here, I forgot I had ordered some extra. I'm not sure where the Santa torso, this particular in the tuxedo, he's actually who I had. That's the torso I had with Santa Claus last year. But I had to make him debonair, I had to swap him out. So Santa Claus, our actual Santa Claus with the cowboy hat, he's got a little different torso this year. But he's got a cane, and so really excited about that. And then I just got kind of more normal Santa Claus. I'm not sure if he'll be in the council or not. And then there was another one that had kind of a older hat. So they may or may not be part of it. We'll see how, as things progress, what happens. So now I'll take you into Christmas Village and kind of talk a little bit about those characters and maybe who's going to come back and who's not. And I don't want to give any of the storyline away with this. I just kind of wanted to, maybe get you interested. And those of you that haven't checked out my Facebook page, the link's in there and you can go check it out and read the stories. And And I will say what I'm going to do, and I'm working on it, is because, because there's so many licensed characters in this. When you see, or if you've read Elves Gone Bad, there's no way I could ever sell this story or sell a book of this story. But what I want to do, I'm putting in a PDF form so that my son can have a copy and my daughter. I got a grandson on the way, so something for them to have. And so I will gladly, if you're interested, I can send copies of the PDF, and you can print them, whatever you want to do. But I put it in a little more format and added some pictures and just kind of jazzed it up, made an actual storybook. And who knows, maybe Elves Gone Bad will be the new 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I'm certainly trying to keep it very kid friendly and very PG, even though the themes could be a little more adult, but I'm trying to keep it fun and just, nobody gets harmed or anything. It's all very sweet, Christmassy. So with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll go in the other room where the Christmas village is, and I'll kind of talk about some of those characters. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. So this year, I was able to set up the Christmas village in my secret lair here. This is kind of where all the magic happens. As you can see, my Western build, I had to kind of infringe upon it, and it's got to all get packed up to go to Birmingham, Alabama, Brick Fair, Alabama next week, merely a week away, and we'll be on the road. So I've got a lot of work to do between now and then, in addition to getting some of this done. So Christmas Village this year, really, I had a little more space. It's bigger than last year. This is all of the Christmas sets. I just did get the Santa's Visit done, but I also added, I saw a lot of people taking the Harry Potter set there. Can't think what the name of it is, but and making that part of their Christmas village, and it really does work very nicely. And then I had this friend's ski lift that I added in, and there's going to be an episode where it figures in. So kind of I'll give a teaser, James Bond. If you've ever seen some of the James Bond movies, there is some ski scenes and stuff. So watch out for that. So Elves Gone Bad. Just to rehash just very briefly, the 4 elves, Hondo, Luna, Butch, and there was one named Brooks, who we'll see in a moment, decided they were going to ruin Christmas. And because they were angry with Santa. Not an unusual theme. It's been in some of these Christmas shows, I think. But I kind of put my own little spin on it. And like I said, my sister's Elf on a Shelf and his mischief kind of was what got me fired up. But then as I got into it, I'm like, ooh, I had just gotten the Dickens Christmas set. So I'm like, ooh, he could be a bad guy. And then I ended up adding other elements in there to the whole Scrooge story and all that. But I'll let you go check all that out. So, of course, for years, I've had my Christmas display. And being in Texas, I put a cowboy hat on Santa Claus and had him riding a bull, which I do have. Now, and since I've gone to this storyline, why he rides a fancy horse, but I still kept the cowboy hat, and that's where I came up with the idea of Hondo stealing his hat. So he had to go to the cowboy hat. So there's my version of Santa Claus, our dimension of Santa Claus. Let's see. Of course, a lot of this comes about whatever I have laying around or think about gets thrown in the story. So, of course, all my Western stuff is always around. So there's my custom John Wayne figure. This is from the movie Chisholm. This is where I modeled the outfit and the colors on one of my favorite John Wayne movies. And then the new horse came out last year. So he got a little different horse than what he did have. Of course, movies are big, so of course we had to have Buddy. So there's my version of Buddy, the elf from the movie Elf. Time Wizard, just something crazy I came up with. That's actually the head from the Clockmaster, I think, from the Batman CMS series, but Time Wizard. And he may figure into this one since we're dealing with dimensions and a little bit of time travel with Moondoggy. Of course, I love Machima stuff, so I thought he was kind of Christmassy. So this is Warbird, and he helps Santa. He's kind of the protector of the North Pole, the animals and all that. Then we had, I had the Flintstones build sitting up there. So we got Freddy Claus, Santa's cousin, and he had his pet, Bobo, the Christmas dinosaur, because this happened to be laying there. I got a bow. I got to find the bow to put back on Bobo. I didn't think about Bobo being part of this episode or this season, and I'm not sure how they're going to work in, but we got Freddy Claus. Then we had, let's see, I can't remember what I called him, but Magnum PI. That's what, when I was a private investigator, he was very important to me. So last year we saw the gingerbread house, or no, the year before with the gingerbread house, but I just finally got it last year. So this is my Magnum gingerbread man. I can't remember. You'll have to look into on the site and see what I called him. And so he's a private investigator, gingerbread man that helps Santa and patrols Christmas Village here. And then Abamalo, based on Columbo. If for all those of you old folks like me, Columbo was a police detective back in the day, had a TV show. So I love these little Yeti guys. I got a bunch of them, and you can't really see, but I took the Jokers because it had the white arms and that from the Lego Batman movie series. So got me a little, those two work together. And then we've got the chief of detectives for the gingerbread force. Oh, I had, gosh, I don't know where that torso. It's probably from one of the city police or maybe one of the Batman, whatever. And then, of course, we had, here's Santa's guard. I've got a few of these wind-up toy soldiers. They came in one of the character encyclopedias, and I've been fortunate enough to, I've got 2 or 3 of them. So they wound out. And then we have Darth Clausius, aka Christmas Vader. This was one of the Advent calendar Darth Vaders. And so then we had the Red Stormtroopers, so Christmas Stormtroopers. And then Santa, kind of like the Emperor in Star Wars, he has his own private guard, the Special Gingerbread Guard. Now these are candy cane sabers, and they turn you back into a sweet, loving individual. And that's what they did, how they saved Christmas last year. Santa and Scrooge had a battle, sword battle, and so Scrooge was turned sweet again. And so were the elves, but as we may see, that may not have took. Those are some of the fun characters I came up with. And like I said, I've shared a few of the new ones. And as like I said, as I find things, and this is an ongoing, evolving thing. I don't sit down and plan this out very well. I just kind of let it take a life of its own. So the next big step, as you can see, we need to populate Christmas Village, get it going. It's just basically, I just got everything kind of laid out. And I guess, let's see. I said I would mention, so the Elves Gone Bad, one of the other elves was Brooks. and he's kind of from the 80s, classy. Got the, actually that's the torso from the CMF figure with the cell phone and that, and he's the ladies' elf, and but he's not so bad. He's not as evil as the other ones were. So he's helping out with Christmas again for right now, but that may all change. So I hope if you haven't checked out Elves Gone Bad, I hope I've got you excited. Maybe check it out. The link to the Facebook page is in the description. And so go check out season 1, read it. It'll help a little bit with kind of what's going on and who some of the older characters are. And enjoy season 2. And as always, like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully this is a fun little departure from my normal videos. So I hope y'all are having a great New Year so far, and I hope you're staying healthy and everything. I know life hits us from different ways all the time, but you just keep on keeping on, and hopefully find the joy in everything you can. And hopefully I can share a little joy with my Lego, and bring a chuckle to your day once in a while. So I appreciate y'all, and welcome to the new year and a whole lot more Tim's Brick Adventures. Thank you.